This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Missy Kohler. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Thanks for tuning in to KPVM-TV News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Today is November 6th.
Well, News 25 spoke with County Clerk Sandra Merlino today to find out about how vote counting is going. Sandra explained the counting process to include the voting machines, absentee, and mail-in ballots.
You know, we're almost done. We're processing right now about the remaining 800 mail ballots. And then we should be pretty much done this afternoon. We'll get those counted, get those results out to the state. And then from here on out, the only thing we will count is anything that was postmarked on election day and received within the next 7 days, as well as those same day registrations who were given provisional ballots. Once those are reconciled up at the state level, they'll tell us whether we count them or not. Because of AB4, they've allowed us this 10 days to count the ballots. And most signature cures and everything else are due on November 12th. So most canvassing, I think, throughout the entire state will be on November 16th, which is a Monday. You know, the machines are just really automatic. You know, anybody who votes in person, when we get back to the office after election night, those are immediately run into the system and tallied and counted. So those are just quick. It's these mail-in ballots because, as you know, this was also an all mail-in plus in-person election. So the delay on everything is the mail ballots. When you send out 34,000 mail ballots, we received over 13,000 back, almost 14,000. And there's definitely a process, you know, to counting those. You have to attach them to the voter record. You have to verify the signature. You know, you have to tear off the little tab that goes on the outside of the envelope. And so it's very time consuming. And then we have an absent central counting board, or you can call it a mail central counting board. But that group, they actually reconcile the voter list of ballots received to the actual ballots on hand. They open them up, they spread them out, and then we get them scanned and tallied. So the process is just a lot longer. And in a normal election, we only have maybe 4,000 or 5,000 of those that are absentees or mail-in precincts. So the process is much quicker. We have counted already over 13,000 mail ballots. We have about 800 left this afternoon that we will have done. We should have those scanned and those results out to the state. Anything else that comes in is just going to be a trickle, you know, postmarked on November 3rd. Those are the only ones we can count. They have 7 days to be received in our office. And then, you know, like we've got, I think, 2 today. So it's just going to be minimal from here on out. But right now we have a staff of about 10 extra that we brought in office to process the ballots, to help us tear off the little stubs, to alphabetize them, put them in precinct order, that type of thing. And as far as accuracy too, they actually watch the scanning and the count and the whole bit. So what everybody's looking at is the Secretary of State's voter information website. So people are seeing that their ballots were returned and received for the primary, but they're not seeing much for the general. They'll see a ballot returned, but if they voted in person, they're not seeing anything there. And the reason is because we upload that information to the Secretary of State's website, but we normally do it after the election is over. So people are kind of in panic mode. You know, they think their vote's not counted because they're not seeing it on that vote history. But if you voted in person, your vote has been counted and done and over with. Those are done immediately election night, but it's just that history is not uploaded to the Secretary of State's website. But if any voter called us, we'd look up the record and say, oh yes, you voted early and you voted early on this day. So we have that information. It's just a separate upload. We should have, I'm hoping, a final by 5 for everything we have. We've had about a 71% turnout, which is very high. I think the highest we've had is pretty much a 60%, so it's pretty high.
Well, mail-in ballots that were dropped off at the polling station were counted within 2 days of being dropped off. Updates are posted to the Silver State Elections website. And Sandra did say that if you are really worried about your vote, you can contact the Nye County Clerk's office and they can answer your questions.
The Nevada Secretary of State Barbara Sagaski's office said after this morning's vote tally update, approximately 190,150 ballots statewide remain to be counted. Of this total, 123,554 are ballots that were either returned by mail or dropped off in person at a ballot drop-off location. The remaining 66,596 are ballots that were cast in person at a polling place, either during early voting or on Election Day by voters who took advantage of Nevada's new same-day voter registration law. Of the total ballots remaining to be counted, 90% are in Clark County. Under Nevada law, mail ballots postmarked on or before Election Day and received no later than 5 p.m. on November 10th will be counted. This means there is an unknown number of ballots currently in the U.S. Postal Service mail stream that contain a postmark dated November 3rd or earlier that will ultimately be counted if they arrive by 5 p.m. on November 10th. We cannot estimate with any degree of accuracy how many ballots might fall into this category.
We'll have more news right after this.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. Optum Care Network of Nevada, offering Medicare Advantage members more than 3,000 primary and specialty care providers throughout the state.
Welcome back. Well, the Federal Reserve remains the same on rates. Close to 800,000 Americans applied for unemployment, and the Justice Department seized a stunning record on Bitcoins.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Tapping our news, the Federal Reserve remains the same on rates. The Fed voted to keep short-term borrowing rates between 0% and 0.25%. According to the Fed, the U.S. economy remains well below where it was before the coronavirus crisis. Fed officials promised to be there with more financial support if needed. Checking the economy, 751,000 Americans applied for unemployment benefits recently. Nearly 7.3 million people are receiving unemployment checks. Productivity in the U.S. rose 4.9% in the third quarter as labor costs dropped 8.9%. The Justice Department seized a stunning record $1 billion worth of Bitcoins. The cryptocurrencies are linked to sales of illegal drugs online. Bitcoin reached 15,000 this week.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
A head-on crash this afternoon sent one man to Desert View Hospital.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue medics, as well as Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, arrived on scene to a two-vehicle head-on crash that occurred this afternoon on Gamebird Road and Gregory Lane. Both vehicles were in the roadway and sustained major damage. One person was said to be entrapped inside the white pickup truck. No one inside the black vehicle claimed any injury at the time of the crash. Medics were able to extricate the driver of the pickup truck and transport him by ground ambulance to Desert View Hospital. Traffic was blocked on eastbound Gamebird Road at Homestead while the accident investigation was conducted by the Nye County Sheriff's Office, and both vehicles were removed from the roadway. And the Nye County Sheriff's Office has made an arrest of an individual in an alleged hit and run.
On October 29th, sheriff's deputies were following up on a reported hit and run. The registered owner of the vehicle, Beverly Manduano, reported that her car had been stolen. This was the vehicle that was involved in the hit and run. Manduano made a statement saying that she had gone to a party the night of October 28th and came home. When she woke up, her car was gone and must have been stolen. She said she called to report it stolen to dispatch and her insurance company. Manduano allegedly told another deputy that she had gone to a party and left her vehicle there. She said that her keys were in her jacket pocket and her jacket was also left at the party, saying someone must have found her keys and taken her car. Manduano said she left the party with some males who dropped her at her relatives, and when she woke up, she realized her car was gone. Based on suspicion that she was driving the car at the time of the crash, the deputy confronted Manduano. She then allegedly admitted that she initially provided a false statement and lied about reporting her vehicle stolen and that she was allegedly driving the vehicle that was involved in the accident. Manduano allegedly said that she was driving and passing her friend's truck. She said she hit the hump at the intersection and lost control of the car. She said that her friends pulled up to her in their truck and she got in and they drove away. Manduano said no one was injured. She completed a new voluntary statement under the Miranda warning. Deputies told Manduano that due to her honesty and cooperation, they would not charge her at that time, but they would arrange for her to surrender and be booked into the detention center. Manduano did turn herself in and was arrested and booked for failing to stop at an accident with the attended vehicle and insurance fraud.
We'll be back with more News 25 just after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back. We're happy to have you with us tonight. Governor Steve Sisolak and First Lady Kathy Sisolak recently presented the 2020 Governor's Points of Light Awards.
The awards are given in several categories. Each category had 3 finalists. The governor and First Lady spoke about the awards.
All of these nominees embody the Points of Light Award in every way by putting the Nevada community at the forefront, cultivating an idealist service in the state, meeting the special needs in our communities, and demonstrating the best that Nevada has to offer. Our state is a better place because of all of those that have been nominated today. And I am proud to honor each and every one of you, as I couldn't imagine Nevada without the passion that you all bring.
Congratulations to all the finalists. We look forward in hearing from each and every one of these nominees as these amazing individuals and organizations inspire us all to reach out and help our fellow Nevadans in meaningful ways.
This year, Pahrump resident Barb Jorgensen was nominated for the award in the Community Leadership category, along with 2 other worthy finalists who spoke about volunteering.
Hi, I'm Barb Jorgensen, and I volunteer with Pioneer Territory CASA.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nick Vogelzang. I work at Comprehensive Cancer Centers in Nevada.
Hi, I'm Daryl Richards. I work for Wynn Resorts.
Others should be involved because it's a way to give back. Volunteers are always needed, whether it's for a town cleanup, working as a CASA, working at the hospital as a volunteer. People are needed so desperately that I wish more would do it. I really do wish more would do it.
Why should other people volunteer? I think that is an amazingly good question. I tell all of my patients to volunteer for things.
I think that to give is so rewarding, and it's who we are as a community, and to work side by side with people.
Winners were announced, and we're very proud to say that Barb Jorgensen was the Silver Award winner. The governor thanked all Nevadans who give their time to volunteer and help others. As a community and as a state, we are very grateful to Barb Jorgensen for her time and efforts to give back. Congratulations on a well-deserved award, Barb.
Today's Save a Pet is
Well, congratulations once again to the Point of Light recipients. And it is Friday, and that's time for Save a Pet. Darby O'Donnell takes us once again to the cat room at Desert Haven Animal Society.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Little B. We call it his rapper name, Little B. He is a beautiful Siamese cat, the really pretty gray with the darker ears and gorgeous big blue eyes. I've never seen blue eyes like this on a cat before. He is a 3-year-old male. He's all fixed and ready to go. He seems super sweet. He's okay being held. He likes pets and everything. He just kind of goes and likes to take a moment to get used to you. If you scratch me, okay, thanks. If you want to come and see Little B or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society in the cat room, please give them a call at 775-751-7020 to make an appointment. Otherwise, you can go on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. Goodbye.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 on location outside of Spring Mountain Sports Facility, the big racetrack out here. You may have noticed some unusual air traffic, unusual to Pahrump. Helicopters flying overhead, back and forth, purple smoke going off here and there. Well, there's a company called Velocity. They're a private military training company, and they're doing some private military exercises out, basing it right out of here. So if you see some unusual air traffic, that's what's going on. It's nothing too scary, all right? Just guys blowing off steam, getting their Americon, Anyway, probably not flying this weekend. A lot of rain, a lot of wind, a lot of stuff to contend with. We'll tell you all about the weather when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studio. So nice to see you. Thanks for inviting us into your home this evening. Hey, check out the weather. Cooling off a little bit, all up and down the state. Out in Fernley, got all the way to 65. That was it. And then 28 for our low. Oof, freezing. Fallon, you saw 72 degrees for your high today. 29 will be your low this evening. Carson City, you're all the way up to 64. 23 for a low tonight. And that's significant. There's going to be stuff freezing outside. You might want to watch that. Tonopah, 67 degrees is as good as it gets. And 31 will be as, that's for dessert later. Enjoy it. Goldfield, 69 degrees currently. 32 degrees for a low tonight. Beatty, you got 78 degrees. That's feeling it. Yeah, you might win the Best Weather in Nevada award. 45 for a low tonight. Amargosa all the way up to 83, 49 for a low. And in Las Vegas, 88 degrees for the big winners. And 57 degrees will be as cool as your chicken dinner gets. Death Valley, you're up to 94. That feels like Death Valley. 62 for a low tonight. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, 76 degrees is our current temperature. Oh, but it got even better. It was all the way up to 83 earlier. Southwesterly winds to 22 miles an hour. Yes, it's been gusty. It's been a little bit blowy. Might want to secure the stuff, what's left in your yard, if it hasn't, made it out of the yard already, and you care about it. It'd be a good time to put it away. 11% humidity. We'll see that growing rapidly towards morning. Sunrise this morning was 6:12 a.m. It'll set tonight about 4:42 p.m. And another couple minutes of nighttime to celebrate. Yes, I was saying the humidity will kick up 31%. Now they're talking a lot of rain talk over the weekend. South-southeasterly winds to 15 miles per hour. Let's take a look at those. We head on into the weekend. Okay, Saturday and Sunday. Look at this. Lots of wind, 16, 18 miles an hour. And 20% chance of rain on Saturday. Sunday, it's all the way up to 50%. So I don't know. It's a coin toss, but I think we're going to see some rain this weekend. And some lower temperatures. We're staying reliably in the mid-50s for high ends and dipping down into the 30s and freezing temperatures Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So a lot of wind next couple days, and then it will get less windy but colder and rainy. Won't this be kind of different? Oh, Nevada, you're so fun. All right, well, enjoy the weekend, and we'll catch you on the other side. It's John Kohler, back to the weather desk with Deanna and Missy.
All right, take care in those temperatures, and we'll see you back here on Monday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
I'm Missy Kohler. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.
Good night.